This is day 55 of my journey to breaking the 400 meter school record. So today I went to the track. Just trying to do a little bit of conditioning, just trying to get my body as much in tip-top shape, because this is the biggest break I'll have between a meet for the rest of the season, because our next meet isn't until Friday. So I just went and I did a little over distance today. So I was gonna do a step down. So I only did two though. I did a 450 and then I did a 350. So I got down there. It was hot too. It's like 70, 80 degrees all afternoon. But I got down there and I started warming up, doing my usual dynamic warm-ups. And another thing I realized was yesterday. Was it yesterday? No. The day of the meet at West Plains, I overstretched. And because usually I'll just warm up a little bit right before my, when they say first call for the 400 for boys, or a little bit before that, last heat of the 4x1, that's when I start warming up. But I started warming up really early. So I think that also was a factor. So I did my dynamic stretches and stuff, and then I got ready for my 450. And I didn't even bother putting on my spikes. But I've been reading the comments, and I realized that in practice, even when I'm doing repeats, I need to be trying to go at 100% as fast as I can, because even if I'm hurting, if I'm not going at 100%, it's not going to do nothing for me. And I also realized that once I'm done running, the lactic acid, it's not even affecting my hamstrings like most people do. They feel it in their glutes and their hamstrings. I feel it in my glutes a little bit, but 90% of the time, it's mainly my calves. But I took off for my 450. And this is why I wish nobody was with me today, but this is why I need to run with comp, because I can't really gauge how fast I'm going. Obviously, you're going to think you're moving, but you're really not, because I'm really not moving that fast coming down the straight. And I'm coming down the curve, and then once I get around to the, around towards that back stretch, the wind is pushing towards me. And I'm just I'm no good. When any little resistance is pushing against me, I'm no good. Because you can see me, I'm just basically running in slow motion. But I'm coming down the stretch. Then I'm coming around the curve. And that wind is just, bro. I need to get better at running against resistance. But I'm coming down around the curve. And then coming down the last straight. Because I got to get to the halfway point through the straight. And I'm basically walking like I did at Hillcrest. But I wasn't dead, but I knew it wasn't a good time. And my time ended up being it was 68 seconds. And the target was under 70, but still, that's pretty freaking close. And then 7 minutes rest, and then after that, I did a 350, and I took off for the 350, and I was not moving. I could feel it, and it's that back stretch. I'm telling you, bro, that wind and that back stretch be killing me. But I come around the first curve, and I'm trying to pick it up a little bit, but again, in my head, I think I'm moving, but when I'm looking at it, I'm yeah, I'm not chopping at all. But I'm coming down the back stretch, and again, that wind is just beating my ass up. I'm trying to push against it, but it's bad. And another thing I realized is when I'm tired, I run with my legs in front of me. I need to work on putting it straight below me. But I come across the 200 mark, and I'm just trying to make it to the halfway mark. And once I stopped running, that's really where the lactic acid kicked in. I felt it really bad in my calves, but it wasn't super bad, but it was it hurt. So I know what I have to work on now. I definitely got to work on pushing myself in practice, even when it hurts. Because if I'm not going at 100%, my body's not going to be able to give 100% at a meet where it matters.